Hoodie on. Rick from TC Paintball. That's like 2 days in a row with TC Paintball gear. In the winter months, the hoodies dominate, and we're not really, it's spring now. It's still damn cold. Tell you what, Irvine's is like, man, we should have given him a hoodie. It won't be long till your shirts that you gave me are dominating. But for now, it's damn cold, and I need this. It is the 26th of March, 2021. They say, what are they? In like a lion, out like a lamb. I think it was switched this year because it was nice at the start of March, and now it's kind of wonky. Rain, crazy, cold, tornadoes down south. It's a disaster. The Eric Zane Show podcast comes to you from the Baldwin Ace Hardware Fear Bunker studio, and it begins with Blind Tony's intro now. Oh, shit, I did it again. Oh, boy. Oh, God, it's so bad. I do this all the time. God, what an asshole. Let me try it again. Begins now.
Here we go. Hey, it's Blind Tony. And you know what? If I'm not reading Braille or teaching in the office or walking into the ladies' restroom by accident, I'm usually listening to the Eric Zane Show podcast. Here's your host, Eric Zane.
Thank you, Tony. And that is Tony right there playing the guitar. And I think he's doing everything. Guitar, bass, drums. Thank you very much, Tony. I appreciate it. Welcome into the Eric Zane Show podcast. This is the daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures each and every day. And let me start right there with the idea for a person with sight, me, to suddenly lose your sight. That is terrifying. I marvel at the adaptability of a person like, let's say, Tony or anybody else whose eyes, what do you say? Do you say blind? I guess you do. I mean, he said blind Tony, or do you say sight impaired? Is there some type of political correctness? I don't know, blind guy. How blind people can adapt because, just the simple thing of walking across the street. I think Tony, he used to live in the area. Now he lives in Alaska, but you would, on a regular basis, the school-age kid, see him walking around. He had his cane with the little ball on the end of it, and he'd do anything. This kid, nothing ever stopped him. Nothing ever slowed him down. I always was like, God, I would be scared shitless about running into something or walking into traffic, get greased by a freaking semi hauling turkeys down Baldwin. I don't know, man. But nothing ever has slowed him down. I give him so much credit. And now here he is. He's about the same age as my kids because they all went to school together. Jim, Jack, and Tony at about the same time. I don't know if they all graduate. I know that Jim and Jack obviously did not graduate in the same year. Jim was 13. Jack was 15. Tony might have been 14. I don't know. But just seeing this guy grow up, from little kid, beep, beep baseball to the man that he is now. And he is the man. So, Tony, I love you. Hope you're doing well. Everybody here misses you. Hope you're finding your way in beautiful Alaska. And the other thing, he's like, oh, man, Alaska won my heart. I love it up there. It's so beautiful. And I'm like, so you're just smelling the place? You're just getting the sounds? I mean, it's such beautiful scenery there, and I don't mean disrespect, but you can't see shit. So how do you know that it's beautiful? Or is that just what everybody tells you? These are just questions. I could do a whole show, Eric Zane Show podcast, questions for a blind guy. That could be one full episode. Questions that come to mind off the top of my head. Have you ever run into something really, really bad and you see stars, Tweety birds, like you got hit over the head with an anvil? Have you ever come close to walking into traffic? Have you ever seen a vagina? Those important questions that people that people want to know. Eric Zane Show podcast, questions for a blank. It could be questions for a blind guy. questions for a black guy, questions for whatever. It could be a whole series. That's not a bad idea. That might be an idea to run with. Of course, eventually we're going to run out of things to ask. Questions for, I don't know, person who does lawn care. Not nearly as exciting. Not nearly as interesting. Okay, off and running on a Friday edition of this podcast. Several ways to catch it. It happens at about this same time, Monday through Friday. You can check it out on Facebook, facebook.com/Eric Zane fan page. Please share it, like it. Please, please, please. Brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, and EV. Twitter, Periscope video. Please retweet it with a nasty comment. There were some good nasty comments the other day. There's only a couple of people that do that. Bleeding Heart Brian does it. Sarah does it. Retweet it with a nasty comment. Brought to you by Blue Frost IT. Online at bluefrostit.com. Let's see. What's the one? Bleeding Heart Brian said something funny. His nose is almost as big as his ego, but he knows a thing or two about being fired from radio. Wow. Join him live Monday through Friday, 8 a.m., and then he puts the requisite places you can find the show. So that was freaking awful. Adam the Odd retweeted it with radio-hating alien lover spreads poppycock. You know, you just can't say that word enough. Poppycock. So thank you. YouTube is brought to you by F45 and Byron Center. Eric Zane Show on YouTube. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification and the like, and there you go. You can enjoy the show live, and that is obviously the show comes at you live each and every day on those platforms and wherever you download podcasts for the audio podcast. Some of you enjoy that. I've been having a good time doing the screen sharing on the live stream. Sometimes that allows me to show you what I see or what I'm trying to explain to you. One-man show here doing my thing. Also on Instagram, just search Eric Zane Show on Instagram, brought to you by the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. We had a good time yesterday on Instagram Instant Trivia. I did Instagram Live. Invite people in, ask them a question. They win. They get a beautiful $10, crisp new $10 bill sent to them via PayPal or Venmo. Brought to you by MB Distributing. Megan won the question. What was the question again? What is the longest non-mechanical or non-motorized race in the world? And, you know, right away I'm thinking people are going to think it's like a running race of some type. And she goes, Tour de France. I go, you nailed it. She got it. So that was awesome. First contestant wins on Instagram Instant Trivia. All right. So welcome into this crew. I see a lot of the usual suspects are here. Man, I think we're going to have a fantastic crowd putting the elbow grease in play for the one and only Captain Bizarro coming up tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Time when we get started with that. I'll do a Facebook Live from there tomorrow, kind of like a little progress report, how the Zaniacs are doing. Thanks to Terry, who I think is enjoying this area. Terry, what's up, buddy? Terry has volunteered the cash to feed the crew. That is very sweet of you. Thank you. Jason says, a bike is mechanical, is it not? Yeah, but the question I said, I said it wrong there. The question was non-motorized race. Yes, you're right. A bike is mechanical, but in the question that I asked her, I worded it as non-motorized. I just said it weird there. All right. So I wake up and 10 steps out of bed, I realize something is wrong in this house. And I had a bad feeling that it was going to suddenly be plopped something needed some work in this house that was going to require me to be very uneasy and uncomfortable in order to clear up this issue. And isn't that weird? You know, it's like you can just sense something's off. Now, in this house, I've described this before. We've got a sump pump. Most homes do. Water's constantly pouring into the well. The float gets to a certain point. The electric pump turns on, expels the water out. I'm fortunate to have a backup in case the sump goes south. Otherwise, the water would just continue to rise and flood your basement. This is a thing you should get, by the way. The backup does not run on electricity. In case there's a power outage, like, oh my God, my basement's going to flood. It runs on water pressure. And I guess it was described to me as it puts through water pressure, it puts 1 gallon into the well and pulls 2 gallons out. So it's a temporary backup until you get the main one fixed. I've had to do some work on the system before, which resulted in hilarity. That catch valve. I had to replace that, and oh God, I learned a lot with that after a face full of water hit me right in the kisser with the pressure of like a fire hose. Oh my God. But this morning, I go downstairs, and the sound I hear of water leaving the house is not the same as what it normally is, and it catches my ear, and I go, that's weird. Something doesn't sound right. It's just something that when that electric one's going off, throughout the day, normally, you don't even notice it. And it's no longer, I hear it still pulling water out, but it sounds different. Something's up. I can just sense something's wrong. And the frequency that it's happening is more than I'm used to. Now, it rained the night before, but I'm like, I don't know. Something's going on here. Sure as shit, I wander downstairs, and that sump, which is in the bottom of the well, is not pulling water out. It's the backup. The backup's doing it. I can tell. And I'm like, son of a bitch. Okay. Now, I mean, the way this thing is set up, for anybody who's an expert in this, and I'm sure there's some people in the audience who know a thing or two, do not be stingy with your assistance via email. And if you send it via the comments, the live stream, you're virtually raising your hand. Copy that and put it in an email, because there's a pretty good chance I might not see it on the comments, because a lot of times it just slips my mind and I don't look at it, even though Lori Lewis says that I should. The idea of that sump just sitting in the water, that thing's been there for like 10 years, and it's corroding. It's only going to last a certain amount of time before it, something goes wrong. So, all right. Now I'm faced with, I got to sort this out. Now, I have never done this in my entire life. So all I'm telling you is this is going to lead to some hilarity. This is going to lead to some type of mayhem. And I am committing right now to setting up a tripod and posting an entire video as it happens of me replacing that pump. Now, what you're talking about there is a static camera shot on the well with me walking into and out of the shot. This might take an extended amount of time, but I want you to see what could be something hilarious, because the last time I worked in this realm, that was when the water just, and I'm like, oh my God, I wish this was being recorded, because it was just hilarious. So I can just tell you that that is on the list of things to do. I have to replace this. So I want you to know that I am going to make this available to be seen. For sure on Facebook. If not, Facebook, for sure Facebook, and possibly on the other platforms too. And it might be boring. I am hoping this is boring. And I'll narrate as I go the best I can. But I have no idea what I'm doing. I have not taken one look. I think it's fairly simple. I mean, how hard can it be? It's just a sump pump in there connected to a pipe. An idiot could do this. I am confident that I can pull this off, but no clue whatsoever what to do. I mean, generally I do, but I've never done this before, so there is some trepidation. Okay? Just in time for the weekend. Various comments. Scott says, have the NFK help you. No, man. Jason says the float may be stuck. Well, okay. All right. I can look into that. I have no idea. Joe Martinez, who helped install this entire area, he says the last time I laughed my ass off, that was a story about that catch valve when the water hit me in the face. Joe, keep an eye out for the video. I know you'll be doing your thing on a normal day's work. And you no doubt will be laughing your ass off as I screw this up. Now, I don't know about the float thing because doesn't that float, it's also tied into the one that works with the water pressure. That float is working. Or is there a separate one on the sump? You know? Patriot Nick says, an idiot can do this. We shall see. All right, fine. I know there is zero faith in me. Megan agrees it needs to be a Facebook Live. It will. Joe Martinez off to Milwaukee to see family. Excellent. Megan saying hi to her mom. Did you guys know I can do this? I can take the chat and throw it on there. It's supposed to be seen. There you go. I don't know if that changed anything. Y'all can see it. That might make it a little bit more entertaining for people that are watching this after the fact. They can actually see your comments as they come in. What the hell, right? Are you reading this? Yes, I'm reading it. All right, folks. I have so much ground to cover. I just had a stroke. Sound like Joe Biden. More on that. Plenty of ground to cover today on the show. I have another family member sick with COVID. A lot of you know who this family member is and actually have heard this family member on the show. I'm going to talk about that very soon. I am going to be on another podcast, fairly popular one. And I have Zaniac Mark in New Orleans, Louisiana to thank for this. Okay. What the hell happened to Joe Biden yesterday? I'm going to get into that very soon, right after the COVID story. This was bad. I like to give any president the benefit of the doubt because, honestly, I want any president to succeed and be good at what they do. I really do. I mean, because I have this idealistic view of the presidency that no matter who is in there, whether it be Trump, whether it be Biden, that there's good intentions there. I really and truly believe that. I really truly believe that. And now, so when things get off the rails, I always like, shit, this isn't great. And I just have questions about what the hell happened to this guy yesterday. And I wouldn't even have known of this. Actually, they talked about it they referenced it on the Today Show this morning, which is saying something. They took the president's first press conference yesterday and talked about the highlights of it. And he's starting to be under pressure because, he's got these issues at the southern border. He's got the issues with COVID. He's got whatever it is that's going on in the world, gun violence and gun control is now an issue. Is he going to do anything? What is he going to do? And all this is coming at him, so he's feeling the pressure. So they're talking about that. But then the Today Show which is usually very, very protective of Democrats, they played this clip. Now, they didn't comment on it. They didn't say, "And this moment, what happened here?" They just kind of played it and let it speak for itself. But that would not be appropriate in my mind, to just play it and let it speak for itself. I need to know what's going on here. I need an explanation as to what actually happened. And it could be as simple as, well, I just decided to ripcord. But, I mean, now you've got falling upstairs and this. And when these things kind of add up, I don't know. Is it fair? Is it unfair to ask, hey, is no smart ass here. Are you okay? Is everything all right? You know? I mean, who knows? I'll play you the proof of it, and you can decide, okay? Now, I don't know, and you don't know. But we have ears, and we can at least hear it and go, whoa, and I think it needs a response. I think something needs to be said about this. Last night, bedtime was apparently the time for the Queen of the Forest to get on my nerves, to lose patience with me, her to have to answer about, hey, what's going on here? What happened? How is this going on? I mean, what can I get an explanation here? I was asking questions. This is all at bedtime. Hot mic idiocy from a pilot on a flight. Oh boy. And this one, I don't actually have the audio because I found out about this story just before the show started. So I have to read you the transcript. However, I will be able to get the audio for a later podcast because it's from an air traffic control website, and it's like a 45-minute clip, and you got to listen to the whole thing to be able to pull what this pilot actually said. And I'm only like 12 minutes through it, and the guy hasn't said it yet. But it's awesome. He just left his mic on. The old Tom Brenneman, F rhymes with bag, capital of the world. And boy, do we have some strong asshole of the day nominees. Just heinous, terrible, terrible things. My God, I mean, like horrible, horrible stories. But bringing it strong on a Friday for asshole of the days. Assholes of the day nominees. All right. That is the Open. And the live stream and the Open are brought to you by many key sponsors. I'll mention them in just a second. First of all, I do want to mention that I have merch available. 7 different T-shirt designs are there for you. I'm a Zaniac. Who Needs Radio? Zany Bunch. Show logo. Dear Meathead. I forget the rest, but there's a lot. T-shirts you can get in 27 different colors, both male cuts and lady cuts. Gentleman cut, lady cut. Also, crew sweatshirts, hoodies, zip-up hoodies, you name it. Masks, coffee mugs, travel mugs, tapestries. Kenny got a tapestry. Oh, my God, that is awesome. All with my big, ugly face on it. Just go to ericzaneshow.com, click on merch, check it out. I think there was just another sale. TeePublic doesn't let me know that there's a sale going on, but I told you about it. T-shirts were 35% off yesterday. What was a $20 T-shirt is a $13 T-shirt. And that's great because TeePublic just stoops you all over with the shipping. And I have nothing to do with that, okay? Nothing at all. But when there are those sales, that kind of nullifies it. Because back in the day with Twisted Bat, the T-shirts were $19.99, I believe, with shipping, okay? When they're on sale for 35% off, and then you add on the shipping charge, it's about what you paid for the when it was Jericho and Larry who were in charge of the T-shirts. But so, all right, shop whenever you can. The Open is brought to you by my friends at Tag Accounting, 616-301-9516. If you are, it doesn't matter where you are in the United States, you can upload your tax documents, your whatever, 1099s, W-2s, all of your various things that you need to do a normal tax return for the tax year 2020. You upload it. He's going to let you know, okay, your taxes are going to be done on this date at this time. Have your phone ready in case I need some clarification. Okay, good to go. Let's say he doesn't call you. Okay, next thing you know, This is your return emailed to you, and I have taken your refund that you're getting, and it is being put directly into your checking account momentarily. Well, it'll be a couple of days, and then you're good to go. You're done. You're like, that's it. That's it. That's all I had to do. Yep, that's all you had to do. You didn't have to be there. You didn't have to drive. You didn't have to see the guy face to face, though you'd love to see the tax hobbit. None of that. Anywhere in the USA, 616-301-9516. Still time to call it on the tax hobbit. Okay, Wednesdays at TC Paintball are awesome because that's the time to get the young kids who maybe you have kids who aren't really into sports and they don't move around a lot. Try this. You know, if you're a parent, you got a young kid, not into sports, hates sports, but you'd like to get them more active. Let's say they sit around playing a lot of video games, and you might be like, well, that's all they do. I guess that's what they do. Wouldn't you like to get them out in the great outdoors, moving around a little bit? I know you do, but you're like, well, what can I do? You know, I can't tell the kid to go out and like sports. Try this. If you're in the West Michigan community, or even if you're far out from it, you can plan a whole weekend day for it. Try the kids leagues at TC Paintball. Okay, Wednesdays are the kids leagues. Little league for 8 to 12-year-olds using the low impact gear. Doesn't hurt at all. Teen leagues for up to 18 years using the normal equipment. Yeah, that's going to leave a welt. But for a lot of these kids, it's like a badge of honor. The Tarantula Farmers' youngest, Bo, who just had a big, they had like a big, similar to this, they had like a tutorial or a how to play thing the other day. And boy, does he know how to play now, Bo. I mean, Bo's the youngest of the Tarantula Farmers' kids. And I think he might be, 12, maybe 13. He was so proud of his welts. He's like, hey, Zane, look at this. And he's got this big welt out there. He goes, look at this one. Oh, man, I got one in the neck. Isn't that cool? I go, yeah, man, dude. I'm like, ow. I'd be crying. All right, Wednesdays at TC Paintball. Little League 8 to 12-year-olds, low impact. Teen League for up to 18-year-olds, traditional equipment. Check-in start at 5 p.m. Wednesdays. Play starts at 5:30. Please pre-register by calling or emailing Rick. All that information on contact is at tcpaintballgr.com. No weekly commitment. You just show up. It's not like a league. You just walk in and try it, okay? Get your kids off the couch. They like video games. They like the shooter video games. They're going to love this, man. I'm telling you. Trust me. I know I do. There's nothing better than getting up, moving around, and then you're a little scared. I know I am. I'm like, oh, God. Turn around the corner. Some dude right in my face. Kablamo. God. All right, so that's what's happening at TC Paintball. We've got a couple of dates on the horizon, tentatively setting Paintball War number 14 for Sunday, May 16th, 5 p.m. start, and then Paintball War 15 for Sunday, August 1st. So the summer events, late spring, and I guess that would be late summer, right? Yeah. Yes, well, midsummer, August 1st. Okay. So there you go. By the way, Paintball War 15, Rick writes, hoping this will work for Patriot Nick coming to town. He said end of July, but I'm out of town the previous weekend, so that's what's up. You know that I'll adjust if need be. All right. The other day, I hear from a family member and says, hey, man, I got the crud. I tested positive for COVID. Okay. Who is it? Charity Scam Mike. I'd call him right now, but he's probably sleeping. He calls me from Grayling. He has a place right near Fear Bunker North, like 2 miles away. Excuse me. He is left the household, and he is isolated up north. Scared to death that he's going to get somebody sick. Now, it's funny because somebody just asked on, I don't know if it was on Messenger, Zane, you had a family member who is nonverbal and kind of locked away in her brain, but highly intelligent and can communicate. That would be Charity Scam Mike's daughter, Sophia. Yes, she's in her early 20s now. And there's a couple of things going on. Rett, not Tourette's, but Rett's syndrome and a debilitating autism. Really, really affected. And so this was the young lady who, for years, she didn't communicate with anyone. And then they discovered she has the ability to communicate. She knows the English language perfectly. Similar to like that story about Dick Hoyt when they realized that the son, Rick, is locked away in there and can communicate with his eyes, looking at words, and they use software. So the guy's got a college degree right now, Rick Hoyt. Well, similar with Sophia. I'm already tangenting off on the story, but somebody asked about how she is, so I'll just give you an update. As years have passed, she's been able to communicate with this keyboard, and she touches letters with her finger and spells them out to you, and with like a response. And occasionally she'll speak. There was this not just a few years ago, the first time I ever heard her speak. I had never heard her actually talk. I'm not around her that much, and she had something. I was podcasting at Charity Scam Mike's house, and this piece of equipment here, this little mixer, she was engaged by it and the knobs on it, and it wasn't hooked up or anything, and she was turning the knobs, and I had to leave, so I went to take it, and she grabbed it. He goes, "No." And I'm like, "Oh, she spoke. Oh, my God." And then another time I heard her say, "Aunt Diana, no," for the Queen of the Forest. And I was like, that was actually the very first time. I take it back. That was the first time I heard her speak. And that was at a restaurant. I was like, "Oh, my God, Sophia spoke." So, okay. Now, I'm bringing this up because Sophia, for some reason, does not cough. I have no idea why. I don't know what's going on there, but that doesn't happen. So if she gets any type of upper respiratory issue, that's a problem. You don't want that. So obviously this is a respiratory issue with the pandemic. Charity Scam Mike, he comes down with COVID. So he is in the same household for one day, and then he's like, "Oh, my God." So he gets out of there. So I have heard that right now there is nothing going on at the household where Sophia is. So that is very, very good news. Apparently, Charity Scam Mike, who is not he's not a person that's like, "Oh, the pandemic's fake." He's not one of those dummies. He is very much afraid of it because of his dog. He doesn't want to get sick. Well, sure enough, he gets sick. And his line of work, he happens to be around people, then it's going to happen from time to time, no matter how much you prevent it or try to prevent it. And the interesting thing about it is Charity Scam Mike has the first vaccine, and he took the first round of it, and he still caught it, which does happen. Hell, you can still catch it if you get both of the vaccines. There are people who do still get sick. You're not completely immune. Okay, remember how they say 90-something% effective or 80% effective? You can still catch it, okay? And it's highly contagious. And going through Michigan right now is the worst of it. You've got these super contagious strains that have once again dug their claws into this state. And Michigan is, of all the states, has gone on a massive surge once again. It would not surprise me if this state gets shut down hard again, which is going to drive people crazy here. But Michigan in the last 2 weeks has just taken off. They even talked about it this morning on the Today Show. What's going on in Michigan? Shit's getting bad. We're already back to infections on a level similar to like early December. So people are like, "What's happening here? I thought we had this figured out." No. It doesn't work that way at all, apparently. I don't know. So anyway, Stong gets it. Charity Scam Mike. His last name is Stong. And now his brother is 100% stone cold convinced this is fake. Okay? He is sieged the Capitol. Trump is still going to be the president. I mean, he is that guy. And he is, I will fight you and argue with you. And I mean, it's bad. No mask, no social distancing. If you even wear a mask, he's going to get in your face and tell you you're stupid and I mean, it's that bad. Okay. So I give you this as background for the story. Now, that's not Charity Scam Mike. That's his brother, who is a handful. Okay? I'll just leave it at that. Mike is in his house. He has to leave. And this is earlier in the week. And his brother has a place just north of where he lives, probably 45 minutes away. And it's like a little trailer, a getaway. And dude, the brother, is up there with a couple of buddies. They're hanging out, you know, I don't know, plotting to overthrow the government or some shit. Mike goes, hey, I'm going up to Grayling, but I got to leave right now. I got to get out of the house. I need a place to stay for the night. Are you worried if I show up at your place with, and I have it. I have tested positive. I have COVID. So Mike says, can I bring my infected ass to your place to invade your overthrow the government meeting? And the brother goes, I don't give a shit. I ain't afraid of nothing. Come on down. Fuck that. This is fake. Well, Charity Scam Mike goes, you sure? I ain't afraid of nothing. Come on in. My place is your place. Make yourself at home. We're planning, to kidnap Whitmer or some shit. All right, great. Mike goes up there, walks in, spends the night. You ate the food, you drank the wine. Wakes up, has breakfast with the boys. He's not feeling good. He's got COVID. They're all like, yeah, man, it doesn't matter. It's not going to affect us. This is fake. You know where this is going, don't you? Mike gets this is in Lexington, Michigan. Mike gets up the next day on his way up north to his own fear bunker in isolation. That's when he calls me and tells me the story. And all three of those people that are at his brother's fear bunker in Lexington, they all have COVID now. And I'm like, well, yes, of course they have COVID. This is an incredibly contagious, infectious disease. What? Are you serious? He goes, yeah, he didn't care. So now all three of them, and there's some comorbidities there. I mean, these are not pictures of health people. I'm very, very concerned about Mike. He sent me a picture. Hold on a second. Let's see here. Hey, how are you feeling? Today, this is yesterday. Today's a great day. Last night was scary. Without medicine, though, to fight off the headaches and the coughing, it's brutal. I have to take all these every day to stay alert and feel better. So he's got the medicine. It includes Tylenol, Bayer, zinc, vitamin D3, Mucinex, a pack of Newport menthols, a lighter, a bottle of Jack Daniels, and a Bud Light. Look at that. That is awesome. All right. Keep him in your prayers. Okay. The president's speech yesterday. I touched on a lot of things, but I'm only going to touch on one particular thing. And that is what happened here. Now, when you have a president that a lot of people are like, I'm a little concerned about his fitness. And I'm not talking about F-45, about his overall health. Now, when I see Biden fall up the stairs, does that mean, to me, that doesn't mean shit. The guy just lost his footing, right? I don't know. But then you back it up with this one. I think this one might be more damning, and I'm concerned about what happened here. If anybody, and to me, I think he has to. I think this has to be addressed. Like what actually happened there, and you can see there's a little wobble to the bike, and then the wheel falls off of the damn thing.
I want to get things done. I want to get them done. As you observed, I'm a fairly practical guy. I want to get things done. I want to get them done consistent with what we promised the American people. And in order to do that, in a 50-50 Senate, we've got to get to the place where I get 50 votes so that the Vice President of the United States can break the tie, or I get 51 votes without her. And so I'm going to say something outrageous. I have never been particularly poor at calculating how to get things done in the United
That's not outrageous.
States Senate. So the best way to get something done, if it holds near and dear to you that you like to be able to, anyway, we're going to get a lot done. And if we have to, if there's complete lockdown and chaos as a consequence of the filibuster, then we'll have to go beyond what I'm talking about.
So what happened there? I'm not being a smartass. I'm worried about what happened there. That made me a little sad to hear it. I was like, I don't even want to make fun of that. I probably will at some point, the more I talk, but
like to be able to, anyway, we're going to get a lot done.
That reminds me a little bit of, I hate to say this, my father from time to time, with dementia that he has, that's the first thing I thought of there. Is he okay? It's not even like a George Bush gaffe, or it's something that Trump said. What's going on? Can I get someone to? Can we get an explanation? And no, there'll be no explanation. They'll just say, the president just rip-corded, or he just. But I don't know. It just. I'm going to say something outrageous, and then he doesn't say anything outrageous. He's just kind of saying words that were kind of circling the drain, and then he went down the drain.
I want to get things done. I want to get them done.
Sorry about that. My editing.
As you observed, I'm a fairly practical guy. I want to get things done. I want to get them done consistent with what we promised the American people. And in order to do that, in a 50-50 Senate, we've got to get to the place where I get 50 votes so that the Vice President of the United States can break the tie, or I get 51 votes without her. And so I'm going to say something outrageous. I have never been particularly poor at calculating how to get things done in the United States Senate. So the best way to get something done, if it holds near and dear to you that you like to be able to, anyway.
Oh boy.
We're going to get a lot done. And if we have to, if there's complete lockdown and chaos as a consequence of the filibuster, then we'll have to go beyond what I'm talking about.
All right. Now, is Joe Biden's brain mush? That's the question. I don't know. I'm not going to say one way or the other. I have no idea if that guy's brain is mush. But that right there is an example of something that is a kind of a mystery. What happened there? I sincerely hope it's not that his brain is mush. I'm not going to sit here and act like I know what the fuck is going on with the health of the president. I have no idea, and neither do you. But, I mean, when that happens, you can't help but think that there's something wrong. And I honestly, when Dirk pointed it out to me, and of course it was Dirk, fucking idiot, he sent it along, and boy, now I sound like him. Where is it? Hold on a second. Hold on. Very near and dear to me, and he wrote he describes the president as president placeholder. Fuck, you couldn't have made that up, because that's funny. From President Placeholder's presser today, just listen to this train wreck. I try to give benefit of the doubt. I write, I just heard him slip up once. It's almost like he wanted to open up a can of worms and then had a second thought. Maybe that was it. I don't know, and he's just not good at it. Dirk says his brain is like an Etch-a-Sketch. Oh, fuck. Shit. Come on, man. Well, there you go. I'll let you be the judge, but I didn't want to skirt that. I didn't want to pretend like that did not happen. If you're a supporter, I mean, I would love to hear what some of these diehard blue staters think about what is going on with Biden, because there are mounting issues within this country that, I mean, frankly, need to be addressed. I'm not saying you just turn a blind eye and don't address them, because the people that voted for Joe Biden, they expect action on a number of things. Do you feel like it's happening? Okay. Concerning the pandemic, how's he doing? What do you think? Concerning the southern border, assess how you think that's gone. These are all things that got him elected. Not to mention guns. On his watch now, we have 2 mass shootings. Do you feel represented the way, do you feel like what you're getting is what you voted for in the first place? Because I'm kind of like I'm not going to sit here and bitch about what a president does, because there ain't a damn thing I can do about it. And I'm too busy worrying about me to worry about what the fucking president is doing. But for you folks that put him in office, do you feel like it's representing, that he's representing what you put him in office for? I think that needs to be addressed at some point. Again, we're still very early in the presidency, but there's still shit going on. So what do you think? I'd love to hear that. The Patreon bonus podcast happens after this podcast each and every day. It is an accompaniment to this. There are no ads on it. It is supported solely, just like public radio, listener-supported podcasting. That is Patreon. I would love you to be a part of it. Even if you're the type of person that says, boy, Zane, this is podcast number 552. He's said it and he's done it. This is what he's doing, and I think he needs my support. You have no idea how much that affects me. Seriously, to be able to every single day do this and not have to actually have a second job and commit fully to this and putting this type of content out on the Patreon and the free podcast, that's a dream come true. And I'm lucky to do it, and I'll do it for as long as I can. But I can only do it if I have A, audience members, B, sponsors, and then on the Patreon, the support that I get on the Patreon, which is behind a paywall. So that means $5 or $10 a month if you support me on Patreon, patreon.com/Eric Zane. I give you 5 different shows that I put out each and every week. First of all, it's more than that, actually, because I've got 5 bonus podcasts every day. I sound like the president. One bonus podcast every day.
Like to be able to. Anyway.
Yeah, that's me.
We're going to get a lot done.
Yeah, I do one. That's what I'm trying to say. I do one each day. I do the Lost Zane recordings, the Smarter Than a Former Drug Dealer trivia, the Insane Asylum, and then the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. All on my Patreon. Sign up for $5 or $10 a month. Try it out. You don't like it, cancel it. It doesn't auto-renew. If you like it, you can either let it ride or sign up for a yearly. That'll save you 10%. There. That wasn't so hard, was it? Thank you again to Senor Martinez, who is off to see, I'm guessing, the grandkids, family members in Milwaukee. Isn't that what Alice Cooper said in Wayne's World? Why did I say it so weird? I don't know why.
Like to be able to.
I don't know what my problem is today.
We're going to get a lot done.
Call upon A&E Heating and Cooling if you need an after-hours service call, especially this weekend. Joe can't help you because he's in Milwaukee, but he's got boots on the ground here covering for him. Okay. 616-516-8579. How about a new furnace installed? How about a new air conditioning setup? New construction, retrofitting the existing home. That's all part of it. Specializing and utilizing the Comfort Maker brand of air conditioners and furnaces. A&E Heating and Cooling, 616-516-8579. Right up there with longtime sponsors, Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, and EV. If you're in West Michigan, this is who's repairing your car, 616-532-6600. They're still in need of a certified ASC certified mechanic. If that's you, reach out to Irvine, 616-532-6600. They want to see what you can do. They want to talk to you. Could be a brand new job at Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, and EV. You don't work weekends at Irvine's, Monday through Friday. You, too, can be rewarded handsomely. If you're going on a trip for this spring break, get your car looked at before the trip. This is so important. It's a special thing going on where you take the car there, you drop it off, and then they go over the car with a fine-tooth comb to make sure that everything is the way it should be. If not, they're going to say, hey, this is a problem. You might want to get this checked. And so get it done. Reach out to Irvine's and schedule it. 532-6600. Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, and EV. All right. So last night, I get an email, and I told myself, don't open it. Do not look at this email because it's probably going to bug you, and it's going to keep you awake. It was my Bank of America statement, credit card. Now, the reason normally there's no balance on it. I try to keep it at zero balance as best I can. But I had to use it this past week because I had no debit card. There was a fraud issue some time ago. I told you about it. So I was waiting for the new card. So I was like, okay, no big deal. I'll just put the gas on here. Remember that dinner that I bought for that crack whore from Monday's show or Tuesday's show? I put that on there. So I know there's about 3 or 4 charges for shit. So I'm expecting, get like gas charge, crack whore's dinner, probably $80 on it. Well, I made the mistake of looking at the damn email. It says $1,800. And I'm like, there's no way that I put these charges on it. So I'm like, what's up? So I click on the email, and you can't really see the itemization of it. So then it says, download the app. So I'm like, fuck. Well, now I'm opening up a can of worms here. Shit. It's 10:20 at night. Diana's like, shut your phone off. It's time for bed. I go, yeah, I know. I just got to look at this. Just something's kind of on my mind. If there's something wonky going on, I want to know about it. I don't know if you like me. I do this all the time. Like, I'm just going to think about it. I'm not going to get to sleep. I better put this to bed. I need to know what's happening. Okay. Download the app. Log into your account. I got to find the login information. Shit. I log in and it says new device. We're going to send you a text, and it goes to Diana's phone. I go, hey, you got to pick up your phone and let me know this. There's a code they're going to send you. Give it to me. Jesus, what are you doing? You're so stupid. You're supposed to be sleeping. It's time. Why do you get into that shit? I go, look, just please give me a break. Just help me here. Just the quicker you help me, the less problem this is going to be. She gives me the code. And I look at it. There it is, $1,850. So I go, why is this so high? This should not be. And she goes, oh, I don't know. I booked a spring break trip. And I go, you did? She goes, yeah. Now, a little bit of background. She worked out a deal with the NFK. This is another perfect example of you don't want to complain too much about the NFK leaving a mess everywhere and firing the Hams beer shit howitzer at random times, destroying my toilet, which I clean. Okay. The NFK has tons of money. The NFK gets money from his pension and from his disability. And he doesn't pay any rent. I don't charge him. He's my fucking brother-in-law. I'm not going to charge you. He doesn't. I said to him when he moved in, I go, you don't pay a dime. You're my brother-in-law, and I love you. I'm going to take care of you, and this is now your new home, and that's the end of it. Well, I never asked. I never hinted that he share the cost. No, I refuse. He just offers it. He takes Diana out to eat randomly. When he goes to the grocery store, he pays the whole bill. It all works out. It's beautiful, actually. I get tons of mileage on stories about cleaning up after him. And, honestly, if I have to clean up after him and Diana has to do his laundry and we drive him to all these appointments and things like that, it's a symbiotic relationship. And I'm not even bullshitting there. I'm not even being a smartass about that. It makes it that much more. It's not nearly as much of a problem to clean up the feces smudges on the fridge when I know that he helps out that way. Okay, so with that as a backdrop, he overheard that the girls want to drive to spring break safely. Okay, so I know what you're thinking. Oh, yeah, there's Zane, man. Do as I say, not as I do. Fuck that. When they go, they keep away from people and they wear masks. Okay, it's like the same thing as living here, except wherever they're going. So shut up. My God. So the NFK hears about that. He goes, well, hell, Randy, that's a great. Let me pay for that trip. Shit, fuck, shit. I go, and I'm not privy to this conversation, so I have no idea this is even happening. Okay, so I get no information, and all I know is last night I'm looking at an $1,850 charge, and then she goes, oh yeah, I booked the spring break trip. On the card. I go, yeah? Why? Well, they wouldn't let me do it with Kevy's card, so we're just going to as soon as the bill comes, which is now, we're going to transfer the money over, and then you can pay the bill. I go, oh, okay, cool. Can you do me a favor, though? What is it? Well, I don't like laying in bed and it gets me panicky. I have a panic attack when I think there's fraud going on. Can you let me know that you did that next time? And I actually did it calmly. I didn't freak out or anything. Oh, okay. No big deal. Sure, great. So then I open up the itemization and I see the charge. The charge for the trip is $1,200. And it's like, I don't know, one of those places I guess you drive to. It's like the hotel cost or whatever, some resort. I have no idea. And then I see a charge for $500. I go, what's this? I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? Yeah, it says something was purchased for it's just under $500. I go, I don't know. I don't know what that is. So I'm like, well, I didn't buy anything. I don't use this card. All I did was I bought some gasoline. This is what I thought. Gasoline, 2 tanks of gas, and Crack Whores Burger King. And that's it. And I've got a Florida trip. And I've got some $500 fucking charge. Now I'm getting pissed. That I don't even know what the fuck it is. What the fuck is going on here? I have no idea. Yeah, I don't know whose that is. That is bad. So I pressed. Now I'm going to dispute the charge. So I press dispute charge, and it says call. So it's 10:20 at night. I'm dialing Bank of America to dispute a charge. 1 ring, 2 ring, and then I hear it. Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah, now I know. Okay. Hang up. I look at her. I go, what's going on? And she says, well, I bought a MacBook Pro, but I thought, because Kevin bought it for me because I wanted it. So I'm like, well, she's like cutting deals with the NFK now. And I'm like, well, first of all, he does have, it's not an inexhaustible amount of money that the guy has. Just, no. He agreed to this. He wanted to do this because he loves me so much. He bought me a refurbished MacBook Pro. I go, okay, well, why is it on my card? I don't know. When I bought it, I must have just hit the wrong card. Oopsie. And I go, okay. Now there's the second thing. Can you let me know these things? Well, I didn't know. I go, well, can you be more careful then? When you do these things, Can you please just be careful? Because again, this all leads to this moment in bed, which now I'm going to stay up till 2 a.m. because I've had this big rush of friggin' adrenaline thinking that somebody's stealing from me. I'm just getting over the one fraud thing that happened on the other card. I mean, seriously, no, this is two things. You didn't tell me you used the card for the one thing, and then you accidentally used the card for the next thing. That amounts to a ton of money. I also charge $125. I did on the card to pay for me to get the NFK's taxes done. Okay, which I knew of. So of this money, of this nearly $1,850, about $1,750 of it is for the NFK. And I go, yeah, so let's get the money in there so I can pay this bill. I don't like looking at this fucking bill. I like this shit taken care of. It's got to be like a zero balance. I don't want to let a cycle go through and then I get an interest charge and everything's fucked. You know, they charge you 25% interest in this fucking card. And I go, can you just keep me informed a little more? Maybe that's all I'm asking. And I actually was calm. I did not freak out. Thank God for the Lexapro. She goes, okay, yeah. Okay, no problem. So I go, all right, great. Thank you. I appreciate this. All right. So now I can go to bed. Not done. No. Different, but still annoying. Third problem. This is the conversation. Moments earlier, she said, I will be so happy when tomorrow hits. This is Thursday night in bed. Same time frame. Oh, yeah? How come? What's up tomorrow? I am going to the doctor to get this shoulder worked on. She has frozen shoulder. You ever hear of this? She had it in the left. Now she's got it in the right. Strangely enough, redheads are susceptible to it. Don't know why. For some reason, the joint develops all sorts of stupid scar tissue masses on it. I don't know how or what, that completely inhibits the movement of the joint. Suddenly you can't move your arm up higher than like this high, just barely lift your arm up. And so, strange as it sounds, the treatment is they put you under, not a general, they don't like intubate you, but they knock you out, and then they take the arm and they go, and they force it, a forced manipulation of it, and bust up all that scar tissue. Oh my God. And then so you're hurting like hell, and then you start rehab. You now have the range of motion, but then you go through a long bout of rehab. It's a fucking nightmare. So that's today. She's getting the consultation at the you know how it is around this house. Everybody's getting double lung and heart transplants, and I mean, we can't go a day without somebody going to the hospital with a fucking ambulance ride in this household, except me. Everybody has incredible amount of medical bills. I haven't been sick in over 2 years. Not so much as a fucking cold. But, all right, this is the latest. So she's like, I'd just be so happy when I can start this process. Okay, wow, yeah, cool. Short time later, Queen of the Forest says, how did it come up? I go, what do you want in your lunch tomorrow? And she goes, I don't have to work tomorrow. I go, oh, you don't? Boy, I didn't know that. She goes, I told you that. I go, you did? She goes, I told you I had a doctor's appointment. My gosh, don't you ever listen to me? And I go, well, hold up. Yes, you told me you have a doctor's appointment, but who takes off a whole day of work because they have a doctor? I mean, you get off work at 3. Doctors work past 3. Well, it stands to reason that I would need the day off for the doctor's appointment. And I'm like, well, no, it doesn't. It doesn't stand to reason, dum-dum. And how the fuck was I going to know? I go, see, this is a third thing you've done now to piss me off. The 2 things concerning the credit card, and now this. I didn't do shit. You're actually snapping at me and think that I'm an idiot. You think I'm Joe Biden because
like to be able
because I can't read your mind.
Anyway, we're going to get a lot done.
You never listen. You just don't listen to me. I go, well, you didn't say. So I'm like, my God. Totally got on my nerves. I wonder if she's, I think she should be in the waiting room right now. But I wonder if we can get her on.
Hello?
Hey, hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
So I was just getting everybody caught up on the big news.
What's the big news?
Well, what you did last night at 10 o'clock at night to screw with my brain.
What, that I had a doctor's appointment?
Well, that was part of it. I gave us a 3-tiered attack. It was, first of all, no information that you booked a spring break trip on a credit card. Then the mistake of buying the refurbished MacBook Pro on the card, which that was a shock to my system. I'm expecting a $100 bill on the card. It's $1,800.
It was a MacBook Air, not a MacBook Pro.
Okay, that detail doesn't do anything to this. It just all it does is it's just you trying to find something to make me look stupid. That's all that is.
Okay.
And then,
so
yeah, go ahead.
I'm in the lobby of the doctor's office.
Oh, I know. Yeah, because you got a doctor's appointment. I know, and that's the thing. That's the other thing. You say, hey, yeah, I got a doctor's appointment. I go, okay. Then short time later, hey, what are you gonna need in your lunch tomorrow? Oh, I don't have to work tomorrow. Oh, you don't? I told you I had a doctor's appointment.
Well, you had me on edge.
I had you on edge. Why?
Because you at bedtime, laying in bed is not the time to do your banking.
Let me explain something to you. If you are just on your phone in bed and you get an email that says, your Bank of America bill is here, it's $1,800. If it says that right in the beginning of it, it's unavoidable. And then now I know I didn't spend $1,800. So of course, most people would do what I did. Most people aren't going to go, whoopsie, $1,800. I have no idea where that came from. I guess I'm just going to go to bed. People want to know.
Most people in bed, watch funny videos, play games. They don't do business in bed.
Did you even hear the words that I just said?
Yeah, which means you don't need to look at your email in bed.
It was a notification. It just shows up and says your bill is due. You owe $1,800.
Oh.
Yeah. You see, I'm not so stupid, am I?
Okay, are you done?
It's so annoying.
Okay, well, it's done and over with. Like my fingers are like spread apart. You know why?
That sounds very sexual.
No, you know what I'm talking about?
The
size of the problem.
Size of the problem.
I was very small because it's been taken care of, right? We don't really owe $1,800 because that's my brother does.
Well, yeah, I know. I gave that background. No, that isn't what I'm concerned. I'm not concerned about the $1,800. I'm concerned about the zero information. And then you getting annoyed as shit with me because I can't read your mind like fucking some Marvel character.
I don't think Marvel characters can read minds.
Dr. X can. Professor X.
Is he even a Marvel character?
Yes.
He doesn't even count.
He does too count. This is terrible.
Oh.
All right. How long till they crack your shoulder off?
I'm not sure. We'll figure it out when I see Dr. Cheek.
Cheek?
Yeah.
Are you doing the dishes there at the doctor's office again? It always, how does this always happen?
I don't know. I was holding up my receipt.
God, you're the noisiest person to talk to.
Okay, can I go now? I have to go potty.
You're getting I better not say it. I almost said something dirty. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, I love you.
Okay, have a good day.
Okay, have a good day.
Okay, bye.
Bye. All right. Queen of the Forest. All right. That is done. On to this. Cannot wait to hear the audio. there is a spot online, air traffic control live ATC is what it is. And when I link this story up, you'll be able to check it out. But I'm actually going to pull the sound. I have to listen to like 45 minutes of air traffic control to be able to get this, because where this article came from, thank you, Mike Ball, they don't have it isolated. So I got to listen to the full damn thing. The Southwest Airlines pilot was on the air traffic control. The mic was keyed. It wasn't going out to like the passengers in the plane, but it was heard by air traffic control. There's 60,000 pilots for Southwest Airlines, or 60,000 employees, and Southwest has a statement that says the outburst, which I'm going to tell you about in a second, was an isolated incident involving a single employee and not a representative of the nearly 60,000 hardworking, respectful people of Southwest Airlines. How'd you like to be that one guy who is not included in the 60,000? Our corporate culture is built on a tenet of treating others with concern and dignity, and the comments are inconsistent with the professional behavior and overall respect that we require from our employees, the statement added. All right. What the hell happened? The pilot's flying into the San Francisco Bay Area. At one point, he called people who live in San Francisco, I'm not going to say the GDs, but GD liberal fucks. Here we go. Landed into San Fran. Bunch of GD liberal fucks, he says. A Southwest spokesperson confirmed to The Hill Thursday night that the audio was captured in one of the company's flights and the pilot worked for Southwest. Yes, that is one of ours. That's our guy. We're owning it. Spokesman added that the company was fully addressing the situation internally. Oh, my God. Can you imagine the red ass? The remarks, which were picked up over the Mineta San Jose International Airport's air traffic control scanner, occurred on a March 12th flight. That's a while ago. Were posted on live ATC, which live streams air traffic control audio transmissions. Thank God. The pilot, who Southwest has not publicly identified by name, can be heard in the recording beginning to complain about San Francisco residents and directions from air traffic controllers on weather and runway conditions. Fuck this place, GD liberal fucks, he said before he was interrupted by an air traffic control person. He later continues his rant, saying, quote, fucking weirdos, probably driving around in fucking Hyundais. Is that how you say that? Hyundais. Fucking roads and shit that go slow as fuck. And then he says, you don't have balls unless you're fucking rolling coal, man, GD it. He added, oh my God. A call for Southwest Airlines 531 could be heard in the recording during the time of the rant. There you go. We'll have that for you. When I get it, you'll get it. I don't know. I hope he doesn't get fired. I hope he doesn't. I hope that happens again. Part of the problem is the Federal Aviation Administration spokesperson Ian Greger said FAA regulations prohibit airline pilots from talking about subjects that are unrelated to safety to safely conducting their flights while taxiing and while flying below 10,000 feet altitude. Did he know what he was doing and just blurting that shit out? Or was it like an accident? Because, I mean, that could be a problem. But when I get it, you'll get it. There you go. Hell, he should put that on for the passengers to hear. I would love to hear that. That would make, when you never know, at some point in the flight, the pilot is going to spew some shit out. I think that'd be great. All right. Hire me on Cameo, cameo.com/Eric Zane. If you wanted to hire me for, Mother's Day is coming up. It won't be long. Think about that. It'd be a great gift for me saluting your mother. Now, I can make this as nice or not nice as you want me to. Just give me the direction when you hire me on Cameo. Hopefully, you'll do it on your desktop or laptop, cameo.com/Eric Zane. Or you can find me on the app, the Cameo app. These are the only two ways I want you to do this. The best way is through the desktop, cameo.com/Eric Zane. Second best is on the Cameo app. Other than that, no other ways I recommend. Please. Thanks again to my friends at Gift of Life Michigan. They just sent me a nice coffee mug. Thank you to the crew over there at Gift of Life Michigan. I am proud to be partnered with them to help spread the word about being a organ donor. Okay? Now, as you know, being that organ donation is very, very near and dear to me, as Joe Biden might say, asking someone, hey, I want you to give a kidney while you are still alive. That is a massive ask of someone. And I would never, ever do that. To me, from my perspective as a donor, comes the first step has to be uttered by the individual. Hey, I think I'd like to go help donate a kidney. I'm not in the business of twisting people's arms into doing a live donation. No way. Because that isn't how I did it. Hang on. So that's how I approach that. If you ever were thinking about that, you can definitely come to me and I can guide you through the steps and put you in front of the right people. But what I'm doing with Gift of Life Michigan, March is National Kidney Month, is promoting if there is something that happens to you where you happen to pass away, you are already on the registry, the donation registry, so that your organs can be used to save lives. That is absolutely an incredible gift. And then your organs will live on and help someone or save a life. Your organs, each one of you, you can save up to 8 people. So all I'm asking you to do is click on Gift of Life Michigan on my website, ericzaneshow.com, and right there, that's where you learn about filling out your organ donation for the state of Michigan. And this applies to any state. Just go to your respective state's organ donation platform and do it there as well. But I'm working directly with Gift of Life Michigan, and so very proud to do that. Thank you. Van Dyke Mortgage, the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage, NMLS number 3035. If you're in the market for a mortgage anywhere in the USA, call upon them. 231-332-6505 or click on the logo at ericzaneshow.com and take you right to their website. You get more information about how it works. Do get the mortgage before you even start looking for a home. Whether your credit is fantastic or whether it's like, I don't know, Zane, I don't even know if I can get one. Well, let the professional decide that. That would be Mario and his staff at the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. And not just on the Lakeshore now. You've got offices, more than one office in the Muskegon area on the Lakeshore. You got a Grand Rapids office, and then all the way down south in Florida. Believe it or not. But you don't need to be in any of those areas to get a mortgage. You can be anywhere in the United States. Just reach out to Mario. All right. Email of the day solicit. Email of the day brought to you by my friends at Forever Law in West Michigan, online at foreverlawn.com/WMI. I do not have one for today. But I like to throw it out there in case you do have one. If you do want to send me an email, you too can be the email of the day. Thank you to Forever Law in West Michigan, Eric at ericzaneshow.com. Okay. The next two stories, I think we'll battle it out for asshole of the day. I would love to say that I'm able to keep the content light this morning, but these two stories will prevent me from doing so. One has been making the rounds, and I haven't really addressed it, but I think I need to. It's some crazy-ass pedophile named Jarrett Wright, who you get one look at this guy. I'll show you on the screenshot what a crazy-looking rapist this dude is. Holy shit. All right, give me a second here. You know how it is, me coming up with these share screen. Take a look on the live stream of this dude. Wow. Jared is 20. This rape stash right here. This looks like the type of guy who would do what I'm about to tell you. Now, I think Jared enticed some very young child through online means. You hear about this shit from time to time where a wayward girl through whatever app somehow encounters Mr. Wrong online. Mr. Wrong manipulates the young girl. And then the next thing you know, they're communicating, maybe sending the nudes, or maybe even worse, meeting up to do something that adults should be doing and not children. Well, Jarrett Wright was somehow invited into the home by the teenage girl. I don't know her age. She's between 13 and 18. Somehow, this clown, Jarrett Wright, an Ohio man, go figure, was able to entice this teenager into letting him into her home, unbeknownst to anyone else in the household. Okay, so he's in the home, and then what happens next? Well, he lives in the home for 3 weeks. So you got a mom, you got a dad, you got siblings, you got a normal dogs, cats, and this guy is in the home, this 20-year-old dude. And when the kid goes to bed, the guy comes out from under the bed. He's living under the bed and has sex with the young girl and then goes back under the bed like a fucking ghost. He's literally the creep under the bed. On at least 3 occasions, he raped the child and then goes back under the bed. For 3 weeks, he's living under there. So many questions. What about taking a dump? What about going pee? What about food? What about drink? What? My God. Charged with 3 counts of rape, 1 count for producing child porno. Holy shit. This guy is so dead when he gets to prison. Oh, is he dead? And because he's like a skinny little fuck, like a pencil neck, and he just looks disgusting. He looks, in this picture, you can see, he looks like the type of guy who'd sleep under a bed for 3 weeks. I mean, look at this rapist, man. Holy shit. Oh, my God. And Cognito writes 3 counts of inability to grow proper facial hair. Adam the Odd says wood chipper, suggesting that he should be run through one. Adam the Odd also making fun of me for saying unbeknownst or unbeknownst. I don't know what the fuck I said. Jason adds, living off the morning dew and dead skin cells in the carpet. Patriot Nick says pedophiles don't last very long unless they get put in protective custody. Well, don't. He lived under the bed in the Cincinnati home for 3 weeks, in which he allegedly sexually assaulted her. Let's not say allegedly, he did it. Wright allegedly held the teen down and forced her to have sex. According to prosecutors, she knew he was living under the bed, but her mother did not. Wright was arrested after the girl's mom discovered him. Can you imagine that? I got to clean under this bed. Ah! And then the mom, how does she not kill him? It's unclear whether the girl invited Wright to stay at her home, and it's also unclear whether he ever left the home while allegedly living there. Okay, well, I guess I filled in the blanks on a number of things on the story. So who knows? It was not immediately clear if he had entered a plea. And I don't know, maybe he did it and just, acted like the creep under the bed and said, be quiet or I'll kill you. Who knows? Oh, all right. It is a hard and fast candidate for asshole of the day. But I think we have a real battle for the asshole of the day. More young people. Washington, D.C. The perpetrators are young ladies aged 13 and 15. I shouldn't say ladies. Crazy, sick bitches who are going to spend the rest of their lives in prison. 13 and 15 years old. And now, there are people listening who have 13-year-old children. Imagine your 13-year-old being involved in something like this. The 13-year-old and the 15-year-old, I'm pretty sure they don't mention the kids' names in here because they're minors. But that will eventually come out. They decided that they wanted to steal a car. They got their hands on a taser. Turns out there is a 66-year-old guy who's trying to make ends meet. Mohammed Anwar is a Pakistani immigrant who delivers food. One of the girls ended up telling the cops they had set out on their little adventure with a stun gun in their possession in hopes of stealing a vehicle. They got into Anwar's car at about 4:30 p.m. on Tuesday. He went into the place to deliver the food. He comes back. They're in the car. He's like, what the hell's going on here? They said, all right, drive to the baseball stadium, Nationals Park. This is where we're going to take your car. He pulled the car over, and somehow a struggle ensues. He's fighting for the car or whatever. Who knows what's up? Okay. The 13 and the 15-year-old, they want the guy out of the car. They got the stun gun. There's a fight ensuing. These two chicks are trying to get him out. Anwar gets out of the car, but he's not completely out of the car. And these crazy bitches put the car in gear and they take off. All right, now he's hanging on to the side. The car gets up to speed, and the girls take a sharp turn. The guy goes flying, centrifugal force, like way far. Like it looks like a cartoon, he goes flying. And the impact of him flying through the air and landing, it kills him. He is now dead. So now you've got a murder charge. The car rolled over onto its side and crashed into two parked cars. Cops arrived on the scene. They found the guy suffering from the terrible injuries. They transported him to the hospital. And this guy, 66-year-old guy, fucking delivering food for a living, this sick group of these two bitches, 13 and 15 years old, have murdered him over his car. Holy shit. There happened to be some National Guard troops in the area, still in the area after the insurrection. They pulled the two bitches from the wrecked car. I wish they would have shot him in the face, but they saved their lives. They're hurt, but they're fine. Charged with felony murder and armed carjacking. They're being held in custody pending their court date coming up in a handful of days. This guy was a Pakistani immigrant, came to the U.S., immigrated in 2014 to, quote, create a better life for him and his family, and was working his ass off. There's a GoFundMe set up to help the family pay for funeral expenses. Let's see how that GoFundMe's doing. Let me look this up. Give me a second. How horrible is that? How can you be that young and have no respect at all for human life? Okay. Search Muhammad Anwar. Is there more than one Muhammad Anwar? No, that's not it. Well, shit, I don't know. I'll have to look it up. If I find it, I'll post it in the comments. So there you go. We've got hard and fast. We've got hard and fast nominees for Asshole of the Day. Kenny is going to get off the board after his horrible performance yesterday, in which I named the Asshole of the Day. And in true Kenny form, Kenny declared that it has to be his way, and I should do it differently. That's an old school Kenny trait. I don't like shit. Do it the way I want to. No, don't do that. We've all been down that road and had to live through Kenny's wrath when shit doesn't go his way. So Kenny will come off the board unless he makes his presence known again and tries to steer the content of the show, which is a quality, not quality, not highly regarded trait of our very own Kenny. I don't know what the fuck my problem is today. I can't even talk. All right. Nominees for Asshole of the Day. That's coming up, and I got to tell you about this podcast that I'm going to be on. I'm very, very happy about it. Want to help your business. If you want me to talk about your business, send me an email, eric@ericzaneshow.com, and I'll tell you how it works. Or maybe you're like, I'm just mildly interested in learning more about the podcast, Zane, and how you can help my business. Let me do that. That doesn't cost you anything. Only takes you the amount of time to read what I can do. And in my email, I'm going to tell you about how it works, the reach of the show, and what you can expect to pay if you want to pursue marketing on my show. Be seen and heard by thousands of people each and every week on the Eric Zane Show podcast. Just send me an email on the Shoreliners striping inbox, eric@ericzaneshow.com. Thanks to Horizon Hydroponics, online at HORIZEN, hydroponics.com. Great group of people over there. You can buy your products to grow indoors or outdoors on their online platform. Orders $250 and more. That is going to get you free shipping, okay? Anywhere in the United States, free shipping if your orders are $250 or more. Use the coupon code ZaneShow at checkout. That will save you 10%. Who wouldn't want the ultimate aeration container? Sounds good to me. Who wouldn't want, what is this thing? A Grow Line waterproof portable pH EC TDS meter. Okay. They got everything, man. Everything you need to have a successful grow indoors or outdoors. HorizonHydroponics.com. And last but certainly not least, my pals at F45 in Byron Center, Michigan. Get a week free at f45training.com/Byron Center. Thank you so much to them for being on board with the show. If you're in and around Byron Center, go get a workout. Try it out for a week. Let me know how it works out, and you will love it. You will not be let down. You will love working out at F45. It is great. Okay. So here's how it went the other day. I heard from Zaniac Mark in New Orleans. Reached out to me, and he told me something that I already knew. He says, hey, I was listening to Who Are These Podcasts, the most recent episode. Carl brought up, it might have been 2 episodes ago, Carl brought up your beef with Chad Zumock. He writes, fuck that Zumock guy. And then he asked, now when the hell are you going to co-host the show? You've been dick teasing us for 6 months now. Well, truth be told, I was kind of speaking out of school there that I'd love to help. I'd love to do that, you know? But I didn't really talk to Carl about that in any way, shape, or form. And this show, Who Are These Podcasts, in case you don't know, they listen to podcasts and then they rip on it. Out of context, it's hilarious. It's a lot of fun. My show was featured on it. They ripped me a new asshole. Carl's been on my show. I've interviewed him. I, of course, rolled with it like I always do. and had a good time. Not everybody rolls with it. If you get lit up on Who Are These Podcasts, most people get butthurt. I enjoyed it, and it was actually very, very good for me. And I've got a friend now. You got a friend in me. I got a friend now in Carl. And I wrote, yeah, hey, man, I heard it. Carl is a good dude. He helps me when he talks about me. I don't know if he's ever going to have me co-host, so that might fuck up his credibility, considering that he ripped on my show. It might be weird for his audience if he has me on. He might look at me. He might look like a phony, or he just thinks I have no wit, which is entirely possible. Mark writes, dude, he's ripped on several shows that are now co-hosts. Andy, Kaya, it wouldn't mess anything up. And you have some good radio insight that would intrigue the listeners. And you guys had some good chemistry when he was on your show. It'll be great. Well, thank you. So I wrote, I'll ask him. So I did. Right then and there. Like I typed, I'll ask him to Mark. And then I wrote, I'll ask Carl. And I wrote, so I totally get it if no, but what do I have to do to co-host? Suspecting that I honestly suspected that I would get a no. And then Mark, I sent the screenshot to Mark, and he wrote, oh, shit, I'm nervous now. 1 second after I got the text from Mark that says, oh, shit, I'm nervous now, Carl writes back. He writes, haha, sounds good, buddy. What? Are you available April 10th or the 17th? Any suggestion for which podcast you'd want to review? And I'm like, holy shit. So I sent that off to Mark, and I wrote, holy shit, that was easy. And he says, damn, that was quick. Fuck yeah, this is going to be great. Should get you a few new listeners as well, and that's absolutely true. So I wrote back to Carl. And I wrote, fuck yes, April 10th would be great. I got nothing when it comes to shows, but you know that I'll bone up like a motherfucker for whatever you choose. Thank you so much. He said, sounds good. Assignment to come. So what this involves is he tells me what podcasts we're going to review. He does his homework. I do mine. And then I listen. I pull clips of what is something that is silly or sounds stupid or needs to be roasted. And then that's it. And then him and I will do the podcast together on a Saturday. We'll record it, and then it'll be released the next day. So I'm guessing we'll record on Saturday the 9th. So, yeah, I'm stoked about this. I did not expect that, Closed mouth is a hungry mouth, I guess, huh? So that's really, really good for this show to be featured on that show. Because if I do well, hopefully I'll get a few of their audience members to check this show out. And we'll be able to continue to grow the show. That's the point. That's how you do it. One at a time. One at a time. All right. Who is this Incognito? Is Incognito a different name? And then now it's a different name, and now it's a different person, or what? Is that Maze? Jimmy says review Zumach. Oh, fuck. That's a great idea. Oh, boy, I don't know. I always feel bad because I ripped that guy a new one. Someone said review Balls Out with Ben Glaze and Brett Hayes. Hang on a second here. That would be terrible. Hold on a second. Carl. I'm on the podcast right now, and audience members are suggesting that I should review Zumach's podcast, period. I'm not sure if that's a good idea, period. What do you think? ? I will follow your lead, period. All right. Asshole of the day. All right. Could it be charity scam Mike's brother for the way he caught COVID? That's not really asshole of the day. That's just idiot. Yeah, I don't want to throw the president in there. There's nothing asshole related. The guy just kind of made me sad, made me feel bad. Could it be the queen of the forest for all of that nonsense that happened at bedtime? Could we possibly even throw that out there? I doubt that. I don't think I have any candidates. How about the pilot on the hot mic? Yeah, I think that guy's an asshole. He's definitely a candidate. Any other day, I think he could possibly be a winner of the asshole of the day. What do you think about the pedophile? The guy under the bed and that whole craziness. Or the tandem of the 13 and the 15-year-old murderers who killed the 66-year-old man. All right, I might actually have to keep track of these. And then, of course, I'm the final say, as you know. Rapist, so vote. Rapist and 13 and 15-year-olds. All right, Chris says both. No, you got to pick one. I want you guys to pick one. If not, I mean, we'll do our best, but it makes it. I actually want it to be single. You know how Kenny Hard and Fast earned it yesterday? Okay, this is what I want you to do. I got one for under the bed rapist, 2 for under the bed pedophile, 3 for under the bed rapist, 4 for under the bed rapist. Tyler says pick whatever Kenny wants. No. Jimmy says the 13 and 15-year-olds. I think we're going to go on rapist. We're going to say yes to the rapist. I was going to pick that anyway. All right. The pedophile is your asshole of the day. There you go. But you know, those 13 and 15-year-olds, that's just sick. What the fuck? Again, imagine your 13 or your 15-year-old doing something like that. I can't imagine anybody at any age doing something like that. All right. You guys are awesome. I appreciate the support as always. Patreon bonus happens a little bit later on. Let me double check email, make sure there's nothing there. Ooh. Okay, I'm glad I checked. Because Rob, hey, this is Blue State Rob, has been able to procure the audio of the asshole pilot. Glad I checked. Hold on a second. If it comes up on your end, comma, I will discuss it casually, period. It's kind of like a wrestling work to me, period. Hey, can I call you on the podcast? Question mark. I'm actually on the podcast right now. All right. Thank you, Aram. Aram just edited his pledge from $5 to $10 a month. I appreciate that on Patreon. Okay. Asshole pilot audio.
21.3 is ready to go. Yeah, fuck this place.
Fuck
Goddamn liberal fucks. Probably like 8 guns out here somewhere. That's it. Fucking weirdos. Probably driving around them fucking Hyundais with fucking lower shit and go slow as fuck.
And last calling on tower, that's 124.0 hot mic.
If you don't have balls unless you're fucking rolling coal, man.
Holy shit. This sounds like the NFK meets Kenny. That's what that sounds like. I had no idea he was a hillbilly. Yeah, motherfucking shit, mate. My back. Oh, oh, shit, motherfucker. You ain't a man unless you're rolling coal and shit, mate.
God damn it. Southwest 531 is ready to go.
Anything else? Back that up. I heard that again.
21.3 is ready to go. Yeah, fuck this place. Goddamn liberal fucks. Probably like 8 guns out here somewhere. That's it. Fucking weirdos. Probably driving around them fucking Hyundais and fucking lower shit.
Did you hear him? It sounded like fucking Mel Tillis.
Fuck.
And last calling on tower, that's 124.0 hot mic.
If you don't have balls unless you're fucking rolling coal.
You don't have balls unless you're fucking rolling coal. All right. Get Carl in here.
Eric.
Hey, buddy, how are you?
I'm great, buddy. How you doing?
Never better. Real quick. What is the workout today?
Today we're doing the treadmill, but we're going to go light on it today. A steep incline, but a little slower.
Okay. You ever do interval training?
I do not.
So, you can do one. I used to run marathons. You do like one incline for like a minute, and your heart and lungs and then you bring it down, recover, and then you go back to it. It breaks it up because treadmill is tough,
Well, you know what I do? I'm rewatching The Sopranos from the beginning, so I'm just kind of zoning out on that.
No.
Which makes it easy.
What a great show. I mean, seriously. It always is so captivating. Do you have a favorite, like a favorite character on the show?
Well, I mean, everybody loves Paulie because he's just hilarious. Everything he says is hilarious.
Yeah, I like him. And what is Steven Van Zandt's character? What's his name again?
Oh, Silvio.
Silvio. Okay.
He's great.
I was just talking with the audience about you very kindly accommodating me so that I can appear on Who Are These Podcasts on April 10th. And I'm very, very excited about that. Yeah, I'm very, very excited about that too. And then I didn't even think about it for a second. Because when you said, what show do you want to do? I didn't even think about it. And then somebody said, you should do Zoomox. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't think that it's a little icky to me. It's just, I honestly, I'm always afraid about going too far, and then I like go back and forth. I vacillate. I like, I want to rip a new asshole. And then I don't, but either way, I'm just glad to be able to be on the show.
Well, I'll tell you my take on it. I have no problem roasting my friends' podcast because it is a roast and I know they'll take it in stride. So I have done roasts on people's shows who have come like you, who will later come on and we'll do a show together. I don't think Chad would take it very well. I don't think he would take it in stride like it's a roast.
I agree with you.
He's not that kind of guy.
No, he isn't. He gets really pissed. Shit, man. Oh, fuck. And I was like, God damn it. Or I shouldn't have said that. My audience gets pissed when I say GD it. I thought he was going to roll with it so we could have a good time, but I was like, oh my God, he's actually really offended by this.
Well, what's funny is first he told you to mention him if you're going to talk about him, and then he blocked you.
Yes.
So which is it?
And it's when he started the whole thing, he said, have me on your show.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, Jesus. So, but, it just got out of hand.
He wanted to come on your show?
When the Twitter war started.
Yeah. I didn't see that.
It started when the guy, Edward, said, hey, are you coming to Detroit for Drew and Mike? If you are, I'm bringing Eric Zane. I responded with, let's hope so. I will go with you. Hopefully he won't bring Zumach because then I'll want to fight him. But I didn't tag Chad in it.
Right.
Chad had seen that and heard when I ranted and you played it, when I did that bit, he then jumped in and said, hey, you pussy, tag me. you're an asshole for not tagging me. And that's when I wrote, I'll tag your fucking face. And then, and then he wrote, have me on your show. Now, I think he eventually deleted that, but.
Okay, because I didn't see that part of it. I was following that thread.
Yeah. So, that was it. Now, at the time, I was like, I really wanted to fight that fucker because he bugged me so much. But then as I indicated to you, I started to feel a little bad. But then I woke up one morning and I went, fuck it, I don't feel bad anymore. I want to make fun of him some more. So
good. That's the right way to be.
So, all right, is that a true thing? Is that a reality? You are going to come to Detroit to hang with your pals on Drew and Mike?
I floated it out there. So I know that we have a pretty good fan base in Detroit, and I want to do like a live show at a comedy club or something. And so I floated it out there. I've also gotten requests for like Dallas and going down to Tennessee. So I don't know. I don't know exactly where we're going to end up yet.
Yeah, it's great that you have the flexibility and that can actually be a thing,
My biggest concern right now, Eric, is Michigan going to be open at any point this summer where I could actually rent out a theater or do a comedy club or something?
And that's valid. It's been very touch and go here, and it's already getting bad again as we speak.
That's what I worry about.
Yeah,
I hate to put a lot of effort into booking something just to have it go down to 25% capacity or something.
Oh shit! What was I going to ask you? Oh my God, it was great too. Damn it! Oh, this is bad. You ever do that? You like start to go down a road and you're excited to say it, and then the second that it comes ready to say it, you can't say it because it's left your brain.
All the time, but what I do is I pivot and pretend that never happened.
Yeah, I can't do that. I just have to acknowledge it. Shit. Fuck.
It happens all the time. It's really annoying.
Yeah, damn it. Okay. Well, I'll remember it I'll remember it when I'm laying in bed. All right. Well, I appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to reviewing what the hell you come up with, and then we'll go from there.
Should be a good time, buddy.
All right, Carl, I'll talk to you down the road. Thanks, man.
Thanks for the call.
There you go, Carl, from Who Are These Podcasts. He's very, very funny, and real sense of timing and chemistry from a person who has never ever been on the radio. He just kind of picked it up. Tyler says he's going to change his mind about having you on, and then Melissa says that was a Joe Biden moment. I just remembered it. Shit. I just remembered what I was going to talk about.
You remembered?
Yeah, I remembered. Buffalo, New York radio guy.
Okay.
Did you hear about this?
No.
Holy shit. I'll send it to you. Buffalo, New York on a Rock 97 Rock. It's a Cumulus station. On Wednesday, it's a hangout show, which I know you hate and I hate.
Yeah. Yeah.
They should have been fired for what they were talking about in the first place. And that was how well they like their toast done.
Jesus.
Okay.
Ugh,
so
God.
they're
getting paychecks for this?
Ridiculous. So the one sidekick is like, I like it on 7. I like it a little dark. Okay. So they're doing that. And then the main guy's name is Rich Gansler. I think his on-air name is something else. I'll send it all to you. He says, I kind of like to equate how I like my toast done to the skin tone of the women I like. Then he says, hell no to Serena Williams. I like my toast more like Halle Berry with a little touch of mulatto. And then,
why would he even go to skin tone? That's the third rail. What is he thinking? What the fuck is he thinking?
So some guy posted it, some guy who covers sports for Buffalo posted it, and then it caught fire. And this dude, not only did he get fired from the radio station, he's also the PA announcer for the Sabres. They fired him. He does.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, brutal.
They fired him. And then Pagula fired him. And then University of Buffalo fired him too, because he does PA for the University of Buffalo. He lost 3 jobs with one shitty joke.
I was going to say he wanted to get fired when you told me that just now, but not if he has those gigs too. I could see him wanting to get fired from radio.
Right.
If I doesn't pay him anything.
Yeah.
But Wow, that is stupid.
If you want to break this down, it wouldn't make sense April 10th because it wouldn't be timely, but I'll send it to you. And then on his apology, what he did was the news station interviewed him, okay? And he did the old, I just want to say who people are judging me, that you got to get to know me.
Good luck with that. You're over, buddy.
So he's screwed, man. But all right, I'll fire that off to you. I'm glad I remembered.
Yeah, send it to me. I'll cover it this week on WATP. I always love when radio guys do something really stupid like that.
It was bad, and it turns out that I know the head of programming over there, and I sent him a text yesterday. I go, "Hey, man, it sounds like you had a rough day. That is very messy." He writes, when the fuck are these people going to learn?"
Dude, thank God for podcasting, Eric. Like I said, fuck the radio.
Oh my God,
radio's over.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's got to be, right.
Yep.
I mean, seriously. Okay, who are these podcasts? Find it wherever you download podcasts. Who are these podcasts? And whoarethese.com. Very easy to find. Carl, as always, I thank you so much.
All right, thanks, Eric. I'll talk to you.
Okay, buddy, talk to you. There you go. I'm glad I remembered that. I'm so glad I remembered that. I feel bad for holding up his workout. He's funny. Paul calls that an Eric Zane hat trick. Absolutely. Where was I? Okay, I named the asshole of the day. I had Kyle. I think we're done. I think that's it. I think I tried wrapping up this show like forever ago, and I did not do that. So that's going to do it. Thanks again for contributing to the show and helping make it go. Oops. Oh, man, I'm really circling the drain now. Come on. Quit it, stupid. All right. Patreon bonus a little bit later on. Got the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast tonight. Do you want to play Bet on Ben with me? Send me an email. Or do you want to be in the studio audience? If you're a Patreon member, you can be in the studio audience on Zoom. Okay, what a week. Another fantastic week of podcasting. We finished strong. Thank you, folks. Till next time. Bye-bye.